Every morning when you wake up, a battle for your inner peace is already waiting for you. But Psalm 27 contains the key to your victory. These are not just lines, this is real spiritual weaponry. David wrote these words not in a calm environment. He created them when he was surrounded by enemies, when he was being pursued and betrayed, and yet he boldly declared, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" This phrase was not born out of serene confidence. It was an act of courage in the midst of fire. Because when everything around looks shaky and unreliable, Psalm 27 reminds you of the main thing. Your strength does not come from what you see with your eyes. It comes from the one who stands beside you. When fear tries to take over, it has a voice, and it especially loves to speak early in the morning. Even before you get out of bed, it starts whispering, "You are not good enough. Nothing will change. God does not hear you." But David teaches us something very important. Fear cannot be defeated by silence. It is defeated by proclaiming the truth louder. He said, "Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear." This is not denial of danger. This is open confrontation. David refused to let fear shape his reality. He consciously chose faith as the main focus of his attention. Herein lies the main secret of Psalm 27. It speaks not only about protection, but also about the right way of looking at what is happening. Because the moment you stop looking at what is against you and start looking at the one who is within you, fear loses its power. One of the most difficult and at the same time one of the most powerful lines in Psalm 27 sounds like this: "Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage." Wait for the Lord. Waiting often feels like emptiness, as if nothing is happening. In reality, during this time, God is preparing everything necessary. David was not waiting in comfort. He waited in the midst of complete chaos, pursued by Saul, hiding in caves, crying out for help that did not come immediately. And still he continued to wait. Because true faith is revealed not in the moment of breakthrough, but precisely in the period of waiting. When you trust God's timing, you are saying, "Even if it does not happen today, I still believe that He is working behind the scenes." Many of you are right now in exactly such a season. You have prayed, you have cried, you have done everything right, and the heavens seem silent. Do not take God's silence as His absence. In these days, He is building inside you what will later be needed for the blessing: strength, patience, and unshakable faith. David found peace not after the storm had subsided. He found true peace while the storm was still raging. This is exactly what makes Psalm 27 so transforming. He said, "In the day of trouble, He will hide me in His pavilion." David knew what many of us forget. God does not always remove the battle. Sometimes He strengthens you so much that you pass through it unharmed. You do not need everything around you to become calm in order to find peace inside. Because true peace is not the absence of problems, it is the presence of deep trust. Therefore, the next time anxiety rises, do not run away from it. Answer it with faith. Say, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" Repeat these words until they change the atmosphere inside you. This is not mechanical repetition. This is reprogramming of your spirit, returning it to faith. In Psalm 27, there is another profound truth. David does not ask merely for safety. He thirsts for the presence of God. He says, "One thing I have asked of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life." Think about it. He could have asked for victory, for vengeance, or for an easy life, but instead he asked for closeness. David understood. True peace is born not from control over circumstances, but from intimate connection with God. When you stay close to Him, what used to shake you strongly gradually loses its power. The heart becomes quieter, the mind becomes stronger, and suddenly you stop reacting to fear. You begin to rest in faith. Therefore, before entering a new day, do not ask only for God to fix everything on the outside. Ask Him to fill everything on the inside of you. Because when His presence goes before you, everything changes. Psalm 27 begins with a powerful declaration. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? This was not just beautiful poetry. This was spiritual warfare. For light does not argue with darkness. It simply overcomes it. Every morning, a choice stands before you. To focus on the shadows that try to steal your peace, or to turn to the light that never fades. And in the moment when you choose the light, when you begin the day by proclaiming God's word over your fear, everything starts to change. Your thinking, your mood, and even circumstances gradually align with what you believe. That is why this psalm is not only meant to be read, it needs to be proclaimed out loud. When you speak these words, you are not just repeating text. You are reminding your spirit that no darkness has the final say over your day. So tomorrow morning, before you pick up your phone and plunge into the noise of the world, speak Psalm 27 out loud. Let it set the tone for your entire day, because when you start with God's light, darkness simply has nowhere to hide. Whatever you are going through right now, remind yourself, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Let this verse become your morning declaration, your shield, and your constant reminder that you never walk alone. If this word touched your heart today, write in the comments, I will not fear evil. Let us together fill this space with faith. And if you are not yet subscribed, join us to receive more messages that strengthen your faith and your walk with God. For true peace does not come by accident. It begins with how you begin your day.